All right. Hello, everyone. This is our second public office hours. And hopefully, you're all watching us. We have a past scholar with us this week, and her name is Rubina George, and she is from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. So she's going to be here to help answer questions. Rubina, why don't you introduce yourself?
Um, Hi everyone, my name is Rubenia Borger. I attended Grace Hopper conference in 2013. It was a life-changing experience. It was an amazing experience. Congratulations on your award, and I hope I can help. If you have any questions, just ask and we'll try our best to share our experiences and try to help you.
All right. So Elizabeth is here managing the Q&A. So we will start asking us the questions that you posted online, and we'll answer them.
I don't know which one. Should I start one for,
Yeah, if there is one, but if not, just start at the top and work your way down.
Okay. So for the poster session, do I have to print posters and bring them with me, or will DHT print posters for us?
You need to print your poster and bring it with you. No. So you do need to print your poster and bring it with you, and all of that information is on the information for presenters site. So if you go to the Grace Hopper website and look for that information under speakers, you'll find it there.
Sorry. How do we know who's on the scholarship?
We will be announcing scholarship sponsors soon. We have to wait for everyone to confirm their scholarships, and then we'll let you know. So a few more days.
This question can be for Rubina. So what kind of attire did you wear for the conference session? Because there's been a lot of questions on how they should dress, like business casual or casual or business formal.
Well, first thing I would say, you have to feel comfortable. I personally, I was wearing business casual clothes because very important employers are there, and you get to talk to people from Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, and they would ask for your resume. So you wanna look nice so that you feel confident. I mean, there's really no rule. Whatever you feel comfortable, that's the best way to go. I personally, I had a light jacket and I was wearing business casual clothes, and I liked it because employers take it very seriously. Sometimes they invite you to job interviews, so definitely take your business suit with you. Because sometimes they invite you to appointments and they make appointments like the same day or the next day, and like you want to look professional. So I would say take both a pair of flats and a pair of heels. Take your business jacket, a pair of slacks, and a pair of jeans when you need to feel comfortable if you get tired. Because you're going to be very active. There are lots of things to do. So I would say a combination of both. One thing that I strongly recommend is that you take several copies of your resume because a lot of amazing companies are present in the job fair, So like opportunities are countless. So always take resumes with you. You like Dina?
That was a good answer.
Well, thank you.
The other we always have people recommend bringing some kind of outfit for the party on Friday or the dance. There's events after hours where you get to go out and have fun with all of the attendees.
That's
For the poster, another question for the poster, will there be stands for them or trifold that we can pin our posters to or anything like that?
So the posters will be attached to like full-size poster board. They're 8 by 8, I think. They're fairly large. They're big enough for you to put 2 posters on. So there'll be 2 poster presenters on each poster board. Think of like a portable whiteboard kind of setup.
Another question for Ravina. How do you suggest preparing for the or making friends or mixing with people, talking to presenters, like any kind of general advice? Networking, making connections.
I would say be yourself. Just show them your smile and your passion, what you are there for. Just open up yourself and say who you are, what are you looking for. Bring lots and lots of business cards, and just go and say, hi, I am, say your name, say where you're from, where are you coming, and the environment at Grace Hopper is very friendly. It is very easy to make friends. Everybody's there because we all have passion for what we do. We all are there because we care. So be prepared to make a lot of friends, and there's really no formula. Just be yourself, say who you are, what are your passions, be interested in others and how can you help them too. And follow up or on LinkedIn, Facebook, join the Grace Hopper group, and that's how you make connections. And if you want to approach any speaker, just do it at the end of the conference or in the time of questions and answers. Like most speakers are willing to connect with you and to answer your questions at the end of their talk. So that should be easy. Just don't be afraid. Go there and talk, and if you need help, just ask for help because everybody is there to help. Like we are a community, and you should feel that you are at home because you are.
Speaking of community, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've done with Lean In at the University of Nebraska and what other communities ABI has?
Oh, well, it's a long story. There's a lot going on, which is awesome because there are so many things to do. After I came back from Grace Hopper, I made lifelong friends. I am in Nicaragua, and I am still connected with the friends that I made at Grace Hopper, and we talk regularly. We are part of each other's life now, and that's very encouraging. Like all my friends from the University of Nebraska at Omaha that went to Grace Hopper. When we came back, we created a Lean In group. We used to meet to discuss topics like a variety of topics, technology, how to become successful in our careers, friendship, fun. Um, and in that learning group, we felt that we could be ourselves. If we were scared about something, we would go ahead and say, you know, I'm afraid of this. If we were proud of something, if we were happy about something, it was an environment in which you could be free, you could be yourself. And that made a very positive impact in my life. And I know that it made a positive impact in my friends' lives. And we are still a family, and we will always be.
That's great. Thank you. I know some of this people are asking questions about sisters too. So there's a variety of sisters groups. So you may have signed up for one of them and not realize that you were signing up for a specific group as opposed to the overall sisters community. So if you have questions about that, it might be best if you email the links on those pages where you initially signed up, because both Elizabeth and I don't really have much insight into those groups. So it's best if you contact the contacts listed on those pages. Did you have any?
For you.
Either way.
Well, so there's been a lot of questions about transportation. I'm sure, like we've talked about it before, but maybe just like to confirm, what are the steps for transportation from the airport to the hotel and then hotel to conference and back? Maybe just to clarify.
Sure. Yeah. So you should be organizing your own travel from the hotel from the airport to the hotel, and we have a transportation site on the Grace Hopper website that will show you. List a bunch of options for you. I'm going to try sharing this here. So you can go to attend and then transportation, and you can see all kinds of different options for getting from the airport to your hotel. Which we will be assigning next week, so you should get confirmation soon.
That's another question.
And then all of the hotels are located all around the airport. I think most of the Scholars hotels, and so you will need to use a transportation service to get there, but we have provided free shuttles that will go to all of the hotels and bring you to the convention center, and those will run daily, all day. So you won't have any problems getting to and from the convention center.
Sorry. There's a different question that I can answer about profiles going up on the website. Sneha is wondering when they go up. It is like a pretty long process that they're not all going to come up soon. I have to write them and edit them, and then they have to be approved. And the person that's approving them has a whole list of things, separate things she has to do. So I apologize for those not coming up quickly, but it's just like a long.
There's 400 of you, and we're writing as many as we can, as quickly as we can. But just bear with us. They'll all go up, and some of them might not go up until after Grace Hopper, but eventually you will have a profile there. I have a question for Rubino. Why don't you tell us what would be the one thing you wish you would have done differently now that you've attended Grace Hopper? Like, what did you wish you would have done?
Let me see. There are so many things that I did that I never imagined that I was going to do. that I don't remember one thing. But if I were there again, let me see. Oh gosh. Hmm. Honestly, I took full advantage of my Grace Hopper opportunity. Like, there is no thing that I did not do. I enjoyed it so much. I would say do everything, like enjoy everything. Go have fun. Go to the job fair. Attend all the talks that you like. If there is somebody that you wanna meet, like go follow that person, like, and attend their lectures. And I I think there's anything that I wanted to do and I didn't do at Grace Hopper.
Well, what were some of the things that you did that surprised you?
Well, there's one thing that changed my life that I will always remember from Grace Hopper. I did meet Dr. Patty Lopez from Intel. She is an amazingly extraordinary woman. Like, just the fact to be in front of her makes me feel powerful. She is that great. And I would say if there is somebody that you admire, that you like, that you would like to meet, try to find the person and give the person that handshake. It's like in that case, for me, that was amazing because I wanted to meet her. I have read about her work and all the things that she has done for the Latinas in computing community. She is a woman who has worked so hard for the computing field, for women's rights, for women's development. So she is one of my heroes, and I wanted to meet her, and Grace Hopper gave me that chance. So I would say if you admire someone who is that great, if you want to know the person, go talk to the person. It can be intimidating. I was like, oh my gosh, she is there. This lady is real. And I was just like, I don't know if I can talk to her, but I did. And she's helped me a lot in the development of my career. So I would say if there is one important thing that you should do is go meet your role models, the people that you admire, the people that you love. Go do it because it's very, very worth it.
Sorry.
You.
You
I,
want,
yeah, that was fabulous. I hope that you all go and meet your mentors and your heroes at Grace Hopper. And if you don't know who they are yet, I hope you find them there. Do we have other questions?
There's a general question about signing up for workshops. Wendy's wondering, do they sign up now? Do they sign up at the conference?
That is a great question. Most of the workshops you do not have to sign up for, except for one, which I need to give a huge plug for. We have a program at Grace Hopper called well, it used to be Open Source Day. You might be still calling it that. It's actually on Wednesday this year. And so when you go to the conference, you can learn how to participate in the open source community, or if you are already participating, you can come and work on a project. All of the projects and all the sign up and everything is online. Let me try and find it so you can see where it is. Let's see here. Program. Not there? Yes. Open Source Day. So this is pictures of everyone coding last year, and there's some really cool projects. So you have to RSVP for this project, and there's a bunch of different projects that they have. So you can go here and sign up and see all of the different organizations doing these open source coding projects. So this is the one place where you have to RSVP and you have to be registered, but you're all doing that. So.
Mahi has a question about flights. She's flying somewhere. She's going to a separate conference. So she's flying out from somewhere else. So maybe just
so our
address the
So our policy on flights is if you are going somewhere else immediately after Grace Hopper, that's fine. We'll accommodate that, but we will cover the 2 legs of whatever flights you're doing. So, you know, sometimes a good example, some international students will be coming to the U.S. and they might want to stop off and visit some family or friends in a different city and then go home. So what we say is we'll cover 2 legs. Usually the ones that are the most expensive being home to Phoenix, not the leg from Phoenix to wherever you're going, and the leg from wherever you're visiting back home. If the leg in the middle happens to be more expensive, that's fine. The one thing is all of that has to be within your travel award, so you can't exceed the amount that we gave you. And we will only cover travel on the days that the additional travel, like ground transportation or meals or baggage fees, on the days that you're traveling outside, so those 2 days of the legs that you're traveling that we're covering. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're coming on Tuesday and then going back home on the following Monday, we will cover the other types of travel on those days, but not on the Saturday, Sunday days in between.
So someone that isn't here, is there any place they can present their work?
So I suggest that you sign up to present next year. The conference program is full and it's decided. The submissions for 2015 will open in January, so make sure to get those in ahead of time.
If we can do the registration now, do we get any type of information for it?
If you're a scholar, you have to register by tomorrow. So yes, please do your registration as soon as possible, and you should receive a confirmation email from an organization called Reg Online.
Answered a lot of these. Is there anything you want us to review?
Let's see. One of the questions that we have asked in the past is more related just to computing and sort of knowing, like, how did you know that this was what you wanted to do, and how did you overcome the obstacles that you face, you know, at your school or beyond that?
That's was that question for me, Tina?
Yes. Sorry, I probably didn't hear that very well, but I was just curious. You know, what inspired you to start studying computer science in the first place? How did you overcome some challenges?
I would think that one thing that is a little difficult to overcome is that you, as a woman in computing, you are always a minority. And it is hard because everybody has friends that are alike, but you're not alike in a way. But if you pay attention, that doesn't matter, and that's not big deal. Um, so I think I would say one difficult thing is that there are only a few women that can be your colleagues, and at the very beginning, that can be intimidating because sometimes guys don't understand and they can't see your point of view. But if you are patient, if you are tolerant, and if you look it at the bright side, then that should not be an obstacle.
Right. Um, we've been getting some reports that there's a big echo. Maybe when we're talking, could you mute so then it's, I think it's echoing from your side. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have them near you.
Oh, were you able to listen to me? You were not.
I'm not sure. I can hear you just. But does seem to be an echo, so I don't know.
Well, there's like I'm alone in this room. There aren't any other noises.
No, I mean an echo of me.
Oh.
Oh, hi. You were able to join us. So, you introduce yourself.
Do you know the reason why it's echoing?
Yeah, we were just trying to fix Rubina, could you try muting? Is there still an echo? And
I did mute the microphone and I unmuted it. Should I mute again?
Because maybe my
maybe it's you.
I think if you mute it, only the person that isn't talking should have their microphone unmuted. Otherwise, the whole thing just becomes a mess.
Yeah, we're sort of new to Google Hangout, so we're just gonna leave that on mute. Since you just joined, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Amadju Miller. I am a PhD candidate in computer science and education at the University of California at Berkeley. And concurrently with that, I also work with Google.org 3 days a week, co-leading their nonprofit investment in computer science and education.
Very great. So we have a Q&A going, so the scholars watching can submit their questions. And I think we had asked Rubina some questions earlier too, so I might go back and ask you them. I think the first one that makes sense is asking what surprised you about Grace Hopper. What was the last year you attended to?
So the last year I attended was when it was in Portland. I think that might be 2 years ago or a year ago. I think it's 2 years ago.
2011, I think.
2011. I was most surprised by the sheer size of the conference. So I've been to several like women in tech events in Silicon Valley, and usually it's like 100, 200, 500 people. When I got to Hopper, it was in the thousands, and I was just like, whoa. It was like going to cheerleading camp. It's like a massive, I felt it was like a massive cheerleading competition for women in computing. I wasn't ready. I was literally blown away.
Well, I would just say that the scholars this year are going to be even more surprised because there will be 8,000 people at Grace Hopper this year.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's the one thing that you wish you had done at Grace Hopper that you didn't get to do?
I would have preferred to have spent more time planning out my experience before I got there. So, for example, the year I went there, there was Sally Ann Jackson. I think she's now the president of Rensselaer Polytechnic. I would have loved if I had found a time to schedule time to meet with her and maybe speak with her and ask her a few questions. But I think in retrospect, planning your experience at Hopper and the people that you want to talk to and the talks you want to attend is very, very crucial.
All right. I think we have another question here that maybe either of you could answer.
So Tamara says, I'm an HCI professional, aka soft techie. Do you have any pointers or suggestions on how to meet other people in the HCI field?
Do either of you know an answer to that?
I mean, so I think there's a Grace Hopper. So there's also the LinkedIn group. I think there's a Grace Hopper on LinkedIn. And one of the ways to find your group within it is actually to use that page and to ping it. And there's also a sisters ACM group. I think it's SYSTER, sisters mailing list. And it's a list of a lot of technical women, and there's always conversation going on. It's a place where you can ping and say, I'm going to be going to Hopper, I'm into HCI and design. Are there other people who fall into this bracket that will be there? Let's exchange emails and try to meet up. That's what I would do.
So I have to say that HCI is a very popular area for the conference, and I would be surprised if you would have a hard time finding someone. I think you will find lots and lots of people who are either interested in this field or studying it or a professional within it. I don't think you'll have